There's no chance you're on this literary criticism channel and you don't know who Chetan Bhagat is. Best-selling author, writer of blockbuster movies, frequent contributor to major newspapers, and a dance show judge. Love him or hate him, there's no way you can deny the impact he has had on contemporary Indian pop literature. He single-handedly started the literary movement of college romances that dominated the bestsellers lists for most of the 2000s and the early 2010s. A contemporary of his in the movement, best-selling author Durjoy Datta observes, when Chetan broke into the scene with 5 Point Someone, it was like a breath of fresh air. Just reading Indian names with an Indian context and an Indian story was reason enough for a lot of people to read the book and recommend it to others. This book was for us and about us and was accessible, which was in sharp contrast with Indian literary writers, most of whom were better known for their linguistic gymnastics than their stories. The quick 3-hour read was relatable, and we could all recognize our behaviors in these characters. But what is it that elevates Bhagat's work head and shoulders above his peers in the movement? Sure, you could argue it is the marketing budget and the clockwork releases and the wide distribution, but that would be selling him short. Malcolm Gladwell, in his best selling book The Tipping Point, talks about the idea of stickiness. He argues that an idea, no matter how widely it's spread, has to be sticky in order to make anything of the momentum it gains due to good marketing. It needs to take a hold of an individual's mind and never let go in order to truly be a breakout success. So let us now discuss what is it that makes Chetan Bhagat such a huge success while pretenders to his throne have come and gone in droves. Despite how different they all seem in the first glance, there are some common elements to all of Chetan Bhagat's books. And not talking about the mandatory PG-13 sex scene. The story is often told from the perspective of a beta male, excluding one Indian girl. A boy who is not as noble, as strong, as brave, or as intelligent as his friends. 5 Point Someone's Hurry always lives in the shadow of the smarter, more intelligent Ryan, and often follows Ryan's usually bad advice blindly. The trend continues through all his books. Vroom, in One Night at the Call Center, is the handsome daredevil who wonders about what it means to be youngsters in India, while the protagonist Shyam is the loser stuck in a dead end job whose girlfriend has left him to get married to an NRI. Govind, in Three Mistakes of My Life, is the self centered businessman who sleeps with his best friend's sister, while Ish is the handsome state level sportsman trying to make the difference in the life of a poor underprivileged boy. This theme runs through all his novels, which are all basically underdog stories. Now contrast this with the template for the standard Indian hero at the time. You have your lover boys in Shah Rukh and Salman, your daredevils in Ajay Devgan and Akshay Kumar, and your angry men in Sunny Deol. The hero in Indian popular culture was always the best looking, punch swinging, singing and dancing debonair in the room. The trend had continued not just into and through the 90s, when majority of the readers of Chetan Bhagat were growing up, but also through much of the 80s. The heroes you and I were brought up on were always people we looked up to and aspired to be like. These were gods among men, who could charm any woman, fight their way out of 20 wounds, and never had a bad day in their life. Along comes Bhagat with his barrage of heroes who are, well, losers. These are people who are not the best looking, smartest, or smoothest talking sons of a gun in the room. They make bad decisions. They don't get the girl. They fail in exams. They don't have enough money. They are basically Indian Peter Parkers. And voila, you have the secret to success in a bottle. We all feel inadequate. Think of one person you know. Anyone. Your best friend, your worst enemy, your favorite movie star, your least favorite singers. They all have the same fears that they are not enough, that they will be replaced by someone better looking or more talented than them, and the people they love will realize they are not enough and leave. So every character Mr. Bhagat writes is a warm hug telling you, I get it. I'm a loser too. You're not alone. And look, everything worked out for me in the end. You got nothing to worry about. No one achieves the levels of success Chetan Bhagat has without bringing something new and original to the table. In a lot of ways, prior to Chetan Bhagat, Indian literature was missing a protagonist who could be related to by an everyday common man or woman. Sure, you have your Agastya Sen in English August, but let's face it, these heroes were never really accessible. They came at the wrong time in the wrong medium, and for most of the people who really needed these heroes, they went by unbeknownst to them. I will not say what Chetan Bhagat did was revolutionary. Flawed heroes with a disadvantage are a dime a dozen in literature and is one of the most common tropes. I will also not say he does not owe his success to a lot of factors coming together for him at the right time. He published cheap paperbacks in a time when, due to internet and torrents, movies and TV shows from around the world were just entering every college dorm, and for the first time, there were many more young people comfortable enough with English to read in it. However, all that said, he also gave half a generation worth of kids a hero they could relate to, one that they did not have to aspire to, but could learn from and confide in. And that is why Chetan Bhagat is and will probably be for a very long time.